God bless you. All right, next, ladies and gentlemen, it is my singular honor to recognize His Excellency and bring him upstage to make his remarks. Honorable Mohammed Bello, the Honorable Minister of Federal Capital Territory, who is ably represented by the Permanent Secretary, FCT, Mr. Olushade Adeshola. Can we please give him a round of applause as he comes for his remarks?
The representative, His Excellency, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, ably represented in this event, the Honorable Minister of Environment, Dr. Mohammed Mahmoud Abubakar, the Honorable Minister of State for Works and Housing, Engineer Abubakar D. Aliyu, the Chairman of the occasion, and former Minister of Environment, Sovios Suleiman Zarma, the state governors here present and represented by their various high-level officials, presidents of the various organizations here present, the Honorable Minister of State for Works and Housing of Ghana, of the Republic of Ghana, who also brandished her newly acquired doctorate degree to us today, Freda Prempe. I think I will also have to go and get my own, so that by the next event I will also be a doctor. The other guests here present, my colleague, the Acting Executive Secretary, FCDA, Hajia Zalehau Ahmed, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. I took the liberty of being the host to go through this protocol list because I observed that the Honorable Minister of State for Works and Housing did a good job in presenting the protocol list, and I should naturally have climbed on her shoulders. But I said, as the person representing his brother, who is the host of all of us, let me take this liberty to also recognize others. I thank you, sir. The Honorable Minister will have desired to be here because it was only just in the early hour of this morning that I received his directive that I should come and represent him. So while doing so, he also gave me his goodwill address and messages to deliver to this auspicious gathering. He said, and I read, I am quite delighted to be here today at this opening ceremony of the 15th Abuja International Housing Show. May I begin by welcoming all delegates, investors, exhibitors, and other stakeholders involved in the housing and construction industry who have traveled from within and outside Nigeria to Abuja for this all-important event. Permit me also to congratulate the Housing and Construction Show Limited and its numerous partners and collaborators for sustaining the Abuja International Housing Show for 15 years and nurturing it from a small garden of exhibitors to becoming Africa's biggest housing and construction event. Your dedication and commitment to the growth and development of the housing sector is indeed commendable, and in tandem with our efforts for the provision of affordable housing and equally our urban renewal agenda. Over the past decade, the FCT has witnessed an unprecedented increase in population, and this has inevitably put a huge strain on housing, city infrastructure, and utilities. The result has been an increase in unauthorized residential dwellings, resulting in the rise of shanties and slums, as well as spike in the attendant social vices that accompany such housing situations. While we are making concerted efforts to remove such slums and shanty dwellings, a more plausible solution to this problem is the massive provision of affordable housing for the low and middle income earners. This can only be achieved with an active participation of the private sector in every aspect of this huge endeavor. We are already taking the first bold step in making this a reality with the recent approval of the FCT Land Swap Initiative by the Federal Executive Council. This initiative, which is a globally recognized and accepted method of urban development, will take the huge financial burden for the provision of infrastructure off the government and transfer it to capable private investors. It also ensures a win-win situation for the government, the private sector investors, and most importantly, ordinary Nigerian citizens of all categories who will have access to land encased in the essential urban infrastructure on which to build their homes. We are encouraged by the number and pedigree of investors that have indicated interest in the land swap program. It is our intention that as many Nigerians as possible will have access to decent living conditions in the FCT via this initiative. However, there still exists the dilemma of access to finance by intending homeowners. While it is reassuring to know that mortgage financial institutions are well represented there, I urge them to do more in sensitizing members of the public on their services and the advantages of financing home ownership through this method. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is our expectation that this international housing event will showcase some of the newer innovations in building and construction technology that will take into cognizance not only environmental concerns, but also the rising cost of conventional building materials without compromising on quality. In a similar vein, kindly permit me to use this opportunity to admonish housing developers in the FCT to always follow all extant development control guidelines, as violations that lead to avoidable consequences such as flooding or building collapse will not be tolerated. As the organization saddled with the task of developing a world-class capital city for our country, our doors remain open and we welcome all innovations and ideas that will add value to our task of building a capital territory of which we will all be proud. On that note, I hereby declare open the 15th Abuja International Housing Show, and I wish you all a rewarding and productive experience. Thank you for your attention, and may God bless us all.
Can we give His Excellency another round of applause? Thank you for being an amazing host in the last 15 years. Thank you so much. Permit me, ladies and gentlemen, to recognize finally on our list the President of Nigeria Institution of Building, the President of the Nigeria Institute of Building, Builder Kunle Awobodu. Can we please give him a round of applause? Thank you. And finally, for the vote of thanks, it is my singular honor, ladies and gentlemen, to call up stage Reverend Ugo Chima for the closing remarks. Please give him a round of applause.
Mr. Chairman of the occasion, my very good friend for over 20-something years now, I would like to stand on existing protocols. My job is very simple. I'd like to say thank you so much for being part of a movement that a young man started 15 years ago to showcase the fact that one man can make a difference. It's a lesson and a story to all of us, that individually we should know that we are capable in our own little niche, in our own office, to start a movement that can change our environment and bring to bear those latent desires we have of being a change agent in our environment. That is the history of Abuja International Housing Show. For those who have come from far and near, I want to thank you for your persistence in coming to support a worthy cause. I want to thank Dr. Frida. She has not only shown it in her work, but all over the whole place she has been in Shelter Afrique. She has always spoken about Abuja International Housing Show. We are very proud of you. Well, thank you so much, madam. We are proud of you. Take our joy and take our gratitude with you to Ghana. My good friend, Andrew Chiponda, thank you. We are aware of what we are trying to do, going to the stock market in Nigeria to make sure that we have Naira-denominated loans to build houses in Nigeria. You are trying to remove a huge bottleneck that have stood in the way of doing what you have loved to do. For being there in the forefront of that, we appreciate you so much. We appreciate the various ministers who are here. We thank you so much for what you are trying to bring on board. Not only supporting the private sector, but being in the forefront. I was so happy that the Honorable Minister mentioned that for 4 years he has been here, 2017, going back to recount the effort that has been made to be able to ensure that we have this going on forward. I want to thank the various captains of industries, the presidents of professional bodies, the representative of the governors who are here. I want to thank, in particular, the two that received the award on behalf of the governors, because they have showcased what it is to make a difference in spite of the challenges in their various states. Thank you so much. Please take our regards to their excellencies, that we appreciate what they have shown, that the limitations of the socio-economic challenge and security challenge could not stop them from moving the dial forward for their environment. On behalf of the stakeholders of the Abuja International Housing Show, we'd like to also to thank the media for being here with us. TVC was on air, live. And also to appreciate other people who have, in one way, the guest speakers, who will be soon starting to make sure that we discuss in detail various aspects of the space in the housing industry. I want to thank you for coming. I want to thank, in particular, also the various people who are in the background ensuring that what we are doing gets to function properly while we are on the front end, in the front office, directing affairs. So on behalf of the stakeholders, I want to say to all of you, thank you so much for coming, and may you continue to be the change agent in our environment. Thank you, and God bless you. Thank you so much.